And yes, I am excited to be here. And actually, one of the interesting challenges was knowing you were going to hear a lot of repeated messages, perhaps saying the same sort of thing. I want to talk about what Metro Parks is doing, but I also have interspersed that with things to at least stimulate thought, perhaps provoke here a little bit about what we can be doing. Metro Parks has been providing activities since the 1940s. It is a fundamental part of what we do. We've always been encouraging kids to get out to play. Part of my message today is think of kids more broadly. I encourage everybody to think of kids as everyone from, whether it's 9 months or 90 years, we all need to get out, spend more time. And I think part of it is we talk about having other people do it. When was the last time you went outside to play? So keep thinking in terms of yourself, your kids. We need to be good examples of how it is important to have fun outside and what we can be doing. Of course, outdoor play needs no equipment. It can be done in the pile of leaves in your backyard. You don't have to come to the Metro Parks to do that. And it's oftentimes a lot easier if you can do it in your own neighborhood. So I did want to encourage that. At the same time, I want to encourage you to come out to the Metro Parks and play. I want to remind us all that we don't necessarily have to go far or do difficult things. I do want to encourage everybody to start them young. You heard Alice's well-pointed message that there's a lot of people who are afraid to go out of doors. They have fears of various reasons. We need to help overcome that, and we need to start young with the kids. I'm sure the kids are doing a good job of telling Dad how to get to the next turn in the trail there. One of the things Metro Parks has been doing for many years is an outdoor education program. It is a key component of our mission. As I say, we actually had outdoor education programs before we had any other staff in the Metro Park, so back in the 1940s. So it's a fundamental part of what we do. Our biggest effort, our most notable effort in recent years has been the SEED program, which is Students Exploring Ecosystem Dynamics. We currently have every 5th grade class in Columbus City Schools involved in the program. We want to get every child in every elementary school to have that program before they get out of grade school. So we're very proud of that fact. That was one of our targets many years ago, is how do we get the Columbus schools not only involved, but to get to every Columbus elementary school. I also want to remind that we also look at things, the playgrounds we're talking about. Playgrounds are something parents are comfortable with, and it's a good way to get them started in the out of doors. So it's not necessarily natural play, but they come to the playgrounds, and then pretty soon they're exploring what's near the playground and moving a little bit farther out. So we do include playgrounds as part of the thing that we want to do. We have a very extensive, a beautiful garden at Inniswood targeted for children. It's, the idea is to get them out there exploring, using their various senses, using the whole range of activities. It includes some fun play structures, but it also includes some natural areas. It does include some design teaching elements as well. So it is designed that schools can come to Inniswood. Inniswood has a great public education program. But we do want the kids out there smelling, touching, feeling, and learning about the world we're in. Ultimately, if we want the next generation to care about conservation, care about our world, they're not going to do it if they don't have reason to love it, and they're going to love it by getting out there and playing in it first. A big element of what we worked on in recent years was our natural play areas. We actually concluded we had the design areas where we tell people it's okay to go play in the woods, to go out and do something different. And then we learned afterwards that parents didn't know how to let their kids to play. So we are now giving programs to teach parents how to play in the natural play, or to teach their kids how to go in the natural play area. So it's coming along. I want to share the idea that life is an adventure, and that's part of the whole thing. It's not just about education and learning. We want to get out there, encourage adventure, which encourages creativity, encourages growth, encourages all to be better citizens, and ultimately will help us protect everything around us there. Some of the other activities we've been for last several years, we've been hiring high school students from Columbus schools. We have them involved in the programs. We have them involved in our maintenance activities. They kind of help us in the summertime. This is a paid internship for some of the inner city school kids, and they help in all aspects of it. So again, we're dealing with a little bit older age group, and oftentimes with kids who have no experience in outdoors. Our climbing wall, which we like to call the best outdoor climbing wall in America, and it's been referred to in some national magazines, it's for kids of all ages. I'm going to back my point earlier. This is used heavily perhaps by older kids. It's a challenging outdoor thing. It's not a real cliff, but it looks like a real cliff. And again, it's encouraging folks to get out, get playing, and do everything. Also at Sayot Audubon, if you can't beat them, maybe join them. So if electronic games is what they want to do, well, let's build big outdoor electronic games. So this is one of the things we have at Sayot Audubon. This one requires you to jump around and hit the different buttons and lights as they go off. And so you're getting some exercise, some fresh air. Yes, you're playing an electronic game, but you're doing it in an outdoor environment. So we're trying lots of different things to try to get folks. We have other elements like the disc golf course, the frisbee golf. This is extremely popular with teenagers and young adults. So again, if you think about what ages you want to target here, you have different things for different age groups and different elements. So it's a good, another activity. We are in the process of opening another one that we originally thought was going to be kind of targeting that same age group, which is the mountain bike trail that we're working on Chestnut Ridge. That will be open, at least the first phase of it will be open later in October, we're aiming for. So again, we're looking at how do we get people out of doors, and if they're learning about all these challenging outdoor activities and seeing these active games on TV, maybe we ought to provide a place for them. I like to point out that we are blessed that we almost never have bad weather. So you hear people, let's not use weather as an excuse. Weather is something that is, bad weather is something that's much worse than normal, so we get that once every few years. It's certainly not something that occurs every year. And again, get them out all season round. You have heard that from other folks. Another element we have is the Slate Run Historical Farm. Again, a little different approach, looking at the outdoors in the 1880s in Ohio. Here they're making broom corn, but kids can do hands-on activities, a variety of things, whether they actually help grow the crops or feed the animals or make the food. So there's a lot of varieties. Again, we're trying to provide a whole range of activities for children. And I guess the part of the message for all you is that we all need that added determination to get out there, make sure we can't quit on the effort we've been putting in for the No Child Left Inside program. We need to get every child, and again, I'm going to say every child of all age out there, playing, enjoying, and growing in the outdoors, because we need to experience that joy. And we're all here today because as we were growing up, something struck us. Something created that sense of awe, that sense of love in all of us, and we need to get the kids out. And we need to get out ourselves to remember why that was. So with that, I think that's my last slide, and thank you for your